What's up, nerds and nerdettes and we little nerdlings all? Two buddy Big Johnny G from Two Guys Pixie presents Legendary Gaming! So I am back because it's something I haven't done in a while. I want to start making more time for these. So to start off with right now, how to play, my friends. Big Johnny G's How to Play presents How to Play Zombie Doctor. Oh yeah, this is a fast-paced card game. Want to get down to the table and show it off. The end of the world is here, mainly due to a rather unfortunate zombie apocalypse. You and your highly trained medical colleagues take refuge at your place of work, the hospital. Your team barricades the hospital, plus there are plenty of snacks and beverages available, so things are looking up. However, the infection is already in and around you. It's going to be a bad day. Good luck with that. Zombie Doctor is a frantic card-turning game which combines light strategy with a luck-of-the-draw feature. Cards are played to either help yourself or to harm the other players. Remember, zombie doctors have no friends if they wish to survive. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick one of the 4 characters to play. They're all laid out in 6 cards, which will make up their body. So you can choose from the surgeon, you can choose from the doctor, the nurse, or the EMT. And then after a character is chosen, you are going to want to take the rest of the cards, which are called the pain and gain cards, which all have the effects that you'll be playing and acting out during the course of the game, and you're going to shuffle that up. And then you are going to draw each player 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 cards. You're going to want to keep the game box handy because during the course of the game, you are going to use this to as a morgue that you are just going to be discarding limbs back into, whether they are zombified limbs or whether they are normal limbs. So this will become the morgue, and you will put stuff back away in there as needed. And then the final thing you're going to have to do is determine first player. However you want to do that randomly. The last person to have a bad dream, the last person to see a zombie film, the last person to go to the doctor. However you want to decide it, just decide who's going to be that first player. So now that the turn-by-turn begins, the first player, which was determined randomly, is going to take a look at their 3 cards. Only the player who owns the cards, whose cards were handed out to them, are allowed to look at their 3 cards. So in this case, we have Medicine, Mad Scientist, and Amputate. Now on your turn, you are going to have to play one of the cards. Some of the cards will help you, such as heal one of your limbs. Some of them will affect other players, such as swap a bad limb for a good one, or stall the infection by chopping off a limb. There are other cards, I'll go through them, but just to do the turn by turn, you will choose a card and play a card. You will play it on yourself or on the other person as instructed by the card. And after a card is played, then you will take the card that was played. Take the card that was played. You're going to put it at the bottom of the pain gain deck, and then you will take the top card and add that to your hand, so that you always have 3 cards in your hand. It really is as simple as that. Play a card and draw a card. There is one rather small detail of minor importance to keep in mind. If you cannot play a card from your hand, return that to the bottom of the deck, and then draw the top card. But you're going to have to suffer the consequence. You got bit. The infection has started. You always start the infection with the limbs. It doesn't matter which of the 4 limbs, but it will always start with an arm, a leg, or a leg, and it will go through all 4 limbs. And only after going through all 4 limbs will then the torso get infected. That was the infected side, I'm sorry. So the torso will get infected, and the last thing that can get infected is your head. And when your head gets infected, you are over, you are done for. The game is over for you. You have lost because you become a full-blown zombie. As long as your head does not get infected, you will not lose the game. In fact, the winner of the game is the last player whose head has not been infected. Everything else is fair game. I also want to point out that the game does have a bonus feature, a feature that will allow the game to continue even if you are eliminated. Now, normally, if this is the way you end off, where everything is infected, including your head, you're out of the game. But with this variation mode, it allows you to continue playing as the zombie. And all you're going to need, my friends, is 1 6-sided die. When it gets to be your turn, you will simply roll the die, and it's a 50-50 shot. I mean, you could even just flip a coin if you really wanted to and you didn't have a die. But on an even number, you get to bite an opponent and make them infected. And if you roll an odd number, nothing happens and your turn is over. And then the next player goes. And this way, nobody gets eliminated from the game before there's a winner. Right there you go. It's as simple as that. All you got to do is play a card, follow the instructions on the card, do what it says, replace the card at the bottom of the pile, redraw a card from the top of the pile, and your turn is over. Just make sure your head does not get turned. Starts with the limbs, to the torso, onto the head. And that's how you play the game. Now, before we close it up, why don't we take a look at some of the pain gain cards?